Hey everybody, it's Arcane Wednesday for August 19th, 2020. I'm your host, DM Gallibond. All right, everybody. Today on Arcane Wednesday, we're going to be taking a look at a spell that has been around for a while. This spell is, in fact, Chill Touch. And we're going to get into it by first, of course, looking at what Chill Touch is like in 5th edition. All right, so 5e Chill Touch is a cantrip. Uh, Action, range, pretty long range for 5e spells out to 120 feet. Verbal and somatic, lasts for a round. School of Necromancy, ranged attack, and it deals necrotic damage. So you create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range, make a ranged spell attack, and on a hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage and cannot regain hit points until the start of your next turn. So that is nice if you're happening to fight something that regenerates, like let's say a troll. Now, this is effective against undead as long as they aren't immune to necrotic damage, and even if they are immune to necrotic damage, um, the fact that they can't regenerate is uh, is a good thing for your party. Now, if you hit an undead target, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of your next turn. So that could be a good thing to use even against something like vampires, or vampire spawn. It seems like it would be counterproductive to try to deal necrotic damage to something like a vampire, but if you're going to keep it from regenerating, and you're going to give it disadvantage to attack the person that keeps slapping it around with his hand, well, okay, then that maybe helps out your entire party by doing something like that. And of course, against lower level undead that don't have any resistance or immunity to necrotic damage, then you're doing pretty good there. All right, so let's go. And of course, as a cantrip, every tier of adventuring, you go up by 1 die worth of damage. So at 5th level, it becomes 2d8 damage, 11th level 3d8, and 17th level 4d8 damage. All right, the spell Chill Touch first appears in 2nd edition. And back in 2nd edition, it is a first level spell because they didn't have cantrips in 2nd edition, and it is a touch spell. So in this edition, and it also lasts a little bit longer, 3 rounds plus 1 round per level. A blue glow encompasses the caster's hand. Energy attacks the life force of any living creature upon which the wizard makes a successful melee attack. The touched creature must roll a saving throw versus spells or suffer 1d4 points of damage and lose a point of strength. Save successful, creature remains unharmed. Creatures not rated for strength suffer a penalty to their attack rolls for every other successful touch. Lost strength returns at the rate of 1 point per hour. This spell has a special effect on undead creatures. Undead touched by the spell suffer no damage or strength loss, but they must save versus spell or flee for 1d4 rounds plus 1 round per level of the caster. So, you can make the undead run away for at least two rounds. So this is kind of like a fear spell that works against undead, but you do have to physically touch them. And then in 3rd edition, in 3.5, Chill Touch was again a first level spell for sorcerers and wizards. Standard action and a touch range, so you couldn't do this at range like you do in 5e. And then the touch from your hand, which glows with blue energy, disrupts the life force of living creatures. And now the damage becomes 1d6 damage. So it was 1d4 in 2nd edition, it's 1d6 in 3rd edition, and it's 1d8 in 5th edition. Now, if they keep this up in successive editions, by 6th or 7th edition, you're going to be talking about real damage from a cantrip here. So each touch channels negative energy, deals 1d6. Creature touched also takes 1 point of strength damage, which, unless it makes a successful fortitude save. And then, and you can make this melee touch attack up to 1 time per level. So now that's an interesting thing. So if you get to be a higher level wizard here, you can actually get multiple attacks with this. So if you get surrounded, like if you're a 9th level wizard and you get surrounded by enemies, like 9 enemies around you, your turn comes up, you can hit all 9 of them. Now, you're probably not going to last very long if you're a wizard surrounded by 9. Oh, wait a minute. What's the most you can be surrounded by? 8, right? This is 1, and then a corner, 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, 7. Yeah. So you can be surrounded by 8 enemies. So if you're 8th level or higher, you can hit all 8 of them. Now, of course, you can't hit the same one multiple times, but you can get multiple attacks, 1 attack on each creature per level. And then if you are attacking undead and it fails to make a will save, it has to flee just like the 2nd edition. So 5th edition is a cantrip, so you can just do it. It never exhausts. You never lose a spell slot for casting this. And it deals more damage and it gets range. And it will give undead creatures disadvantage when they attack you. 2nd edition does less damage, d4, but it saps strength of living creatures, and it will make undead creatures flee. 3rd edition does d6, but then just like the 2nd edition, it will sap the strength of living creatures, and it will make undead flee. All right. And that is the history of the Chill Touch spell in D&D. All right, if you guys like what we are doing here on this channel, please smash that subscribe button down below. Click that notification bell so that you get notified every time we drop new content on the channel. Please take a look at all the playlists. Down in the description of this, you will find all the ways that you can follow me on social media. And in the comments, I'd love to hear any stories that you have about how you have used Chill Touch in a campaign where you are a player, or how you've seen Chill Touch used in a campaign, whether you are the DM or whether you are a player. All right, that's going to do it for this Arcane Wednesday. We're here every day with content, so come back tomorrow and see what we have for Divine Thursday. Until then, take care, peace out, and good night, everybody.